Good day, everyone. Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News. I'm your host, Nathaniel Rajkumar. Starting off locally in Trinidad and Tobago, the Tobago House of Assembly is embarking on a series of road works and the restoration of other public infrastructures across the island. Secretary of the Division of Public Infrastructure and Transportation, Nathaniel Charles Panton, noted that through the Community-Based Infrastructure Enhancement Program, drainage systems, retaining walls, sidewalks, and other public spaces that have deteriorated over time will be restored. Secretary Charles Panton noted that together with road paving and patching exercises, a road condition assessment exercise will be conducted across Tobago. And the Farley Augustine party in Tobago is doing a really good job. And you see, people, this has nothing to do with it, the tribalism or anything like that. If Farley one of these good days has extends his party into Trinidad, we can probably give them a chance to govern our nation as well and give UNC a little rest. We could do that. It's not about race, people. It's about performance. It's about policy. It's about seeing a leader's desire to actually serve the people of their country. And you can see that Farley, as young as he is, has a genuine desire to serve Tobago. And that's why he's seeking autonomy as well for our sister isle.
This program is designed to restore and upgrade these assets while creating opportunities for local contractors and supporting economic activity within communities. Key areas of work will include pothole patching and road rehabilitation works, road marking and traffic delineation, power washing and protective painting of infrastructure, drainage improvements, and sidewalk construction. This program represents a total investment of an estimated $100 million over 2 fiscal cycles, with works to be carried out across districts in Tobago.
Secretary Charles Panton noted that, together with road paving and patching exercises, a road condition assessment exercise will also be conducted across Tobago.
This exercise will produce a detailed report to guide the prioritization of road rehabilitation works across the island in a structured and data-driven manner. We are fully aware of the extent of work required on Tobago's road network, and while we continue to provide short-term relief through ongoing patching and paving, this assessment will ensure that resources are directed where they are most urgently needed.
Secretary Charles Panton was speaking at Wednesday's Post-Executive Council media briefing.
Economist Dr. Venus James said he is not surprised that the Tobago People's Party still owes service providers from the last 2 elections. On Thursday, a group of providers gathered outside the TPP office at Port Mall, Scarborough, demanding that the party settle outstanding debts. One provider said he was owed for work done during the April 28, 2025 general election, while others said they had not been paid for services ahead of the January 12th Tobago House of Assembly THA elections. The TPP won the 2 Tobago seats in the general election and swept the THA elections 15-0, people, 15-0. James described campaigning in Tobago as an expensive undertaking for parties. He said people have learned they can effectively negotiate monies for their support. In the last election, we saw the business of giving out hampers, funding projects, fixing roofs. People seized the opportunity to demand some flow of funds from political parties, and that is what creates these debts. At the end of the day, people give the people some time. At the end of the PNM was underfunding, whether it's Tobago, regional corporations, and so forth, for umpteen years. 10 years, Rowley was, 9.5 years, Rowley was in office for. You expect every debt to be paid one time so quickly, and especially at a time when Trinidad and Tobago as a nation is still trying to recover from a complete economic collapse caused by the PNM. I mean, come on, people. If it is, you see, 2 3 years, or 2 years, not even 3 years, 2 years passing, and Farley still not paying off these debts, then fine. After the central government has already begun to provide them with increased funding, then fine, okay. But come now, man, give people a little time.
Weather forecast, Trinidad and Tobago. Date, Sunday, April 5, 2026. Overview. Expect a wet and occasionally breezy day across both islands. Periods of light to moderate showers are likely throughout the day, with a 30 to 40% chance of heavy showers or isolated thunderstorms, particularly during the late morning and afternoon. Temperatures. Trinidad, Piarco, high 30 degrees Celsius, low 24 degrees Celsius. Tobago, Crown Point, high 29 degrees Celsius, low 25 degrees Celsius. Hourly outlook. Morning 6 a.m. - 11 a.m., cloudy and breezy with scattered light showers. Afternoon 12 p.m. - 4 p.m., highest risk of heavy rain and isolated thunderstorms. Evening 5 p.m. - 9 p.m., conditions settling, though lingering light rain remains possible. Night, partly cloudy and cool with a stray shower. Marine and hazards. Seas, moderate, open water waves 2.0 meters to 2.5 meters. Alerts, spring tides are in effect. Exercise extreme caution at beaches. Localized street flooding and gusty winds are possible near heavy downpours.
Regional news now. President Dr. Irfan Ali said he is extremely impressed with the work farmers are doing in Region 9, Upper Takutu, Upper Essequibo, cultivating a wide range of valued added crops on a large scale, including a variety of tomatoes, which can be mechanically harvested. The Irfan Ali administration has been investing a lot of money, a lot of aid into the into a lot of resources into agriculture in Guyana. They want to be able to export. They want to be able to provide for the entire Caribbean region while also being self-sufficient in Guyana. What an impressive government. I'm telling you, really, really, what an impressive president that they have there in Guyana under the PPP Civic Political Party.
This is what they term the industrial tomatoes. They have 1,000 roots here, 1,000 roots, and each plant will give you 20 kilos of production. So each one of these plants over the life cycle of the plant will give you 20 kilos of production. Importantly, the time to fruiting is 65 days. 65 days. So this is what they term industrial cultivation. One of the things about this, if you notice how the beds are laid out, is that you can have the harvester, which is upgraded tractor, driving over the plant and lifting, shaking. So you have industrial reaping. The reaping also is mechanized. You don't need people to mechanize 20 kilos per plant. So when the plant is fully mature and have full fruiting, if you notice also, something spectacular is the uniformity of the field. You will see the height of the plant and the consistency of the flowering. That's an important part of commercial agriculture because you don't want to come 5-6 times to harvest. So you have to have uniformity of the flowering process, even the flowering process. If you look at all the plants here, if you take an image of all the plants, you will see uniformity of the flowering. So they're flowering in the same capacity at the same time, which means they'll fruit at the same capacity in the same time. That is why they have it. You have phase development. So this is massive development in agriculture. I want to really commend Minister Zulfi and his team from the Ministry of Agriculture, Nari, and all the other, the whole team there. The REO, Carl, the regional chair, vice chair, Brian, our brother Chris, our friends from Brazil, all of the guys and girls who are working so hard to make this reality. And my passion is about food security. And this is about food security. We want CARICOM also. So early this morning, we went to the watermelon. We went to, you look at the different tomatoes. Now you come to see the industrial type of cultivation. We're going to see some sweet potato, the red sweet potato production later, and then to show you how we're moving to onion security for Guyana and the rest of the region.
Jamaica's steady decline in offender readmission to correctional facilities is being hailed by Executive Director of Stand Up for Jamaica, Carla Golota, as a sign of progress. But she urges that stronger efforts are needed to facilitate their reintegration into society. And of course, she's 100% correct. She went on to say, reintegration, of course, she's talking about, remains a big, huge problem. There is a very strong stigma when they apply for the job. Well, of course, not everybody going to want to hire somebody who's an ex-convict. And the employer hears that they come from prison. It is most of the time a no-no, she told the Gleaner. My response, now, of course, I do agree with what she's saying there. I said, the bigger it is gang culture, because it remains one of the main reasons why so many individuals around the entire Caribbean become involved in crime to begin with. But of course, I'm not sure what exactly kind of measures they could put in place to tell private companies, well, you have to hire someone even though they have a criminal record. But, you know, probably provide a lot more programs by the state or whatsoever to be able to ensure that these individuals could enter some type of work job under the state. Maybe, I don't know, because I don't know how much you can really, you're living in a democracy, or what you can really do to say that these private companies have to hire these individuals. But I don't know, maybe she will emphasize more on it later on, and I can be able to report it to all of you to see what type of policies they're suggesting that the Andrew Holness administration put in place. Easter eggs extravaganza in Bahamas. Hundreds turned out for the 4th Charlotte Easter egg extravaganza, with families enjoying an afternoon of games, activities, goodie bags, and fellowship. Nice part. PLP candidate Sebastian said it's important to strike balance, noting that while there is still serious work to be done in Fort Charlotte, creating spaces for the community to relax and connect is equally important. International news now. Narrow escape. Surveillance video captures the moment a speeding Amtrak train collides with a garbage truck that was crossing the tracks in South Carolina, missing the cab of the truck by only a few feet. The driver of the truck reportedly suffered minor injuries. No one on the train was hurt. I hope, of course, the driver recovers fully. It was minor injuries, so thankfully. But, wow, boy, these kind of cases, you just don't know when these type of freak accidents will occur. That's why you need to cover yourself with the blood of Jesus at all times. U.S. Coast Guard and Puerto Rico Police Air Crews rescued 3 CBP Marine Interdiction agents and 2 other boaters off of Puerto Rico. The agents responded in treacherous 10-foot swells to save 2 boaters from a capsized vessel when their own vessel capsized, throwing them into the water. All 5 were treated for minor injuries and no one else was reported missing. Now for the interesting facts segment, real leadership shows up when things get tough. You know that, especially even here in Trinidad and Tobago. During the we use struggles, Satoru Iwata chose people over profits, taking a 50% pay cut and avoiding layoffs to protect his team's creativity and morale. He believed great ideas come from secure, motivated employees, not fear. That mindset helped Nintendo bounce back stronger, with the Nintendo Switch proving long-term success starts with valuing your people, valuing your workers. People that were there to actually make your company into the great giant it became in the first place. A lot of these companies take workers for granted. They say you can hire anybody at any point in time. But when it is you show value to your workers, they get the incentive, the desire to work even harder and more efficiently and so forth. They begin to believe that they're part of a family instead of just being servants for people and being paid.
Welcome to Real Conservative Headline News Travel Adventures. Kaskaskia Canyon in Starved Rock State Park is a scenic, moderately easy-to-access destination featuring a waterfall, towering sandstone walls, and a large cave-like rock shelter known as Council Overhang. Located in Oglesby, Eel, it offers a serene, shaded hike, best viewed after rain or in winter when the waterfall freezes. Travel and hiking details. Location accessible via the same trailhead as Ottawa Canyon, located on the east side of the park. The trail is generally considered easy and straightforward, featuring a mostly level hike with some scenic, narrow canyon sections. Highlights: you will pass the Council Overhang, a natural, shaded gathering place, before reaching the Kaskaskia Canyon Falls. Best time to visit: spring for maximum waterfall flow, or winter to see spectacular frozen falls. Pro tip: combine this with nearby Ottawa Canyon for a longer hike, or use the nearby parking lot for quick access. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you again tomorrow as our journey around the world continues.
Folks, that brings us to the end of today's headline news. Thanks again to everyone who continues to support my content. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay blessed and stay safe most of all. In Jesus' name.